Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Ewoks of all ages? I think I pressed the button. I did. Hi guys, I'm back. Again. Well, what we're gonna do now... Ooh, I need to check and see if by any chance there is an unarmed weapon, and yes, that's a thing, on the old galactic auction house. I am dubious, but I want to check on a couple other things in there as well. Entire galaxy. People are selling a little armor, it seems. But this is actually showing up all the stuff on Naboo. Deeds. Building deeds. None of those yet. Droid deeds, installation deeds, pet deeds, vehicle deeds. Interesting. And weapons. Lots of C-defs and a few other things. Somebody got a drop of a SWG 5. It's not as good as the weapon I've got, and they're trying to sell it for 60,000. Wonder what the weapon I've got would be worth. We've got a DL-44 and a D8 pistol. Yeah, it's not as good. The one I've got is significantly better. I'm winning, guys. I'm winning. I got a random drop, and it's better than all the rest of the random drops. I can't remember. So it does not appear that there are any of the unarmed weapons available, which does not surprise me. I'm a little surprised that there's no deeds of any kind. I mean, because I have a couple of installations made and currently working already. I have a wind farming device and a mineral farming harvester going. Which means that I'm going to have to do the unarmed combat the hard way. Actually being armed. Which means finding the weeniest critters or dudes I can and hoping to beat them up. It's not glamorous. I'm curious now that I've changed the item I am wearing. Has the difficulty of the missions changed? I don't think so. No. So initially, at least, we're going to want to beat up the meat lumps out here. Poor meat lumps. As a novice brawler, I have Berserk, Center of Being, Taunt, two-hand lunge, one-hand lunge, unarmed lunge is going to be my best friend. That one. Melee lunge. Unarmed lunge. But I can Berserk and I can Center of Being. Alright. And this guy's got how many hit points? 775. Ooh, we don't want to fight him. 295. Him we want to fight. Hold on, I have a sneeze coming. And that's the guy that had the, like, 1100 or something. No, he has 153. He's our favorite meat lump ever. 153. Hello, Smithy Wipe. He's my best friend ever. $295 should be easy peasy. We'll find out if it's lemon squeezy or not. Well, I got him and his friend now. I have had to turn off the music. I'm doing okay. I've had to turn off the music because for the first time ever, I got a copyright notice. Not a strike, but a notification that they had muted parts of my stream. Because Star Wars music. The Star Wars music, even though it's part of a game and therefore legal for me to use and stream, well, Twitch wasn't happy with it. How are we on unarmed? Ooh, we need to kill one more. He's a meat lump cretin. Oh, he's tougher. Yeah, same thing with him. How about this guy? He's over here by himself. He's probably being excluded because the other guys don't like him because he's so weak and worthless. How about the Stooge? The Stooge is the one we want. Hopefully he'll aggro and we can fight. And no, he's moved next to a friend and the buffoon. I would love to beat the living crap out of the buffoon. If he'd be kind enough to walk this way. I got a question mark from him. Come on, dude. Come get some. Vea no see way. You coming? You coming? We'll move our unarmed attack over here and let him have it. We did pull the Stooge as well. We are now ready to get unarmed too. I like how the third one there just decided, yeah, I'm not going to get involved. It's none of my business. So excellent. Perhaps getting up to unarmed 3 won't be too difficult, although unarmed 3 will not get us very far. The objective for unarmed 3 is because I believe you can get a vibro-knuckler, which sounds really dirty. You can get a vibro-knuckler at that level. Oh, I should have just gotten in the damn vehicle. Which will hugely increase your damage and makes getting to Brawler 4 a lot faster. Because I'm going to need Brawler 4 and Pistol 4 to open up Smuggler. I'm interested in learning the skill, but you don't have any for me. Actually, he does have one, but it's one I'm not overly interested in. This is the Brawler. I would like unarmed 1. Everybody was street fighting. And that is unarmed hit 1. And that's what we want. So now we're just going to head out and beat up more lumps. Bad news for this meat lump. He's got a question mark over it. What's going on? Can I help you with something, sir? Perhaps you would like to shake my... Oh. Need to check. You don't want to overreach. So you want to make sure it's an appropriate meat lump for you to thump. What sounds really dirty? I'm thumping meat lumps. This meat lump fool has 199 hit points. That's just not going to help. His name is Goni Hasso. Hi, Goni. So, nice day, going for a walk. How about I beat the living crap out of you? Like that, say. Glorious. Now, in this version of Star Wars Galaxies, back in the day, I'm going to let that guy finish shooting that one. Back in the proverbial day, as we used to say, back in the day, I'm going to take on this tough one. The unarmed specialization, combat specialization of Terras Kasi in the early versions of Star Wars Galaxies were extremely strong. And now that I have unarmed hit one, I will be poning these things pretty solidly. Even though I'm just fighting with my bare hands and feet. Actually, the hands are bare, the feet have shoes on them. Because I think kicking somebody's ass with your bare feet doesn't seem sanitary to me. So, you know, I'm going to kick their asses, but I don't have to be rude about it. That's true. I am doing the old spinning back fist from time to time. I thought that the unarmed one was always to the health pool, but no, it's random. That was the worst job running away I've ever seen. And this one has 330 hit points. How are we doing? About a third of the way to unarmed 2. Are they? Yeah, but this is unarmed. Unarmed hit 1. Oh, so the unarmed are, so the hits are, but the shots are not, because it's been a while since I've done unarmed. The first couple I whacked were all getting hit on the health pool. So I thought that was the case. But I will take your word for it. You are informed and most likely correct. Why are you running away? And you should have run away. This guy must have been like the 800 hit point range. Yeah, 750. So we should now be what? A little over halfway to unarmed 2. And I'm just cleaning up every meat lump in the general vicinity. I hesitate to consider how many meat lumps I have killed in all of my years of playing various flavors of Star Wars Galaxies. I have killed a boatload. A really big boatload of meat lumps. Much easier than I remember. At least getting the first couple of levels of unarmed at least from when the game launched. Much quicker. This is Fefi Rohipi. He is a meat lump clod. He was a meat lump clod. Oh, another 3 or 4 lumps. I want to make sure that I'm not, tackling too tough of a subject. The server has group XO. Should be even faster if I was in a spin group. I do believe I read that. Yeah, I had forgotten about that. I had a couple people ask me for, or offer invites, but it was while I was doing crafting or harvesting stuff. But I think you're probably right, yeah. Boot to the head. Okay, it wasn't to the head, but it was a good thought. Yeah, some interesting little tweaks on this server so far. For instance, crafting via practice mode gets you a lot more XP. There? Are we there yet? One more. I need one more lump. And they're all distant. Why is there never a meat lump around when you want one? Uh, 154. I'm not sure how to pronounce a name that starts with the letters S and X, other than sex. So, Sexy Bayfao? Something like that. Still not enough. Oh my gosh. Pardon me, sir. Have you heard the good word of fist? No, no. There. I'm glad he paid attention when I said no, no. Oh, corpse of a droid. Well, can I loot? No, didn't have anything. It was worth an effort. Need one more lump, said no one ever. I don't know. If it was really crappy gravy and you wanted a little more gravy, you might say sarcastically to the chef, I want one more lump. It's not going to score you any points with the chef, but I think it would actually make sense. I'm interested in learning a skill, unarmed 2, stunning attack. Let's see, I think I can move that there and move my sampling and surveying to there for now, and that will be a convenient location for that. There we go. We are at, our cash is a little low. Time to swap back in the broken gun that I got as a random drop. That's not a complaint. That's more an invocation thanking the random number generation gods. May they always look down upon me with a smile. For a really good piece of fat loot. Settle a bar bet. Well, I'm always down for that, although that's really not much in the way of a plumed rasp nest. I can kill something else a lot faster. And make more money. And clean up the neighborhood. Murrah. Retrieve animals. Retrieve them. In other words, kill them. That seems like a very low difficulty for Bagheera sets. Well, what's that one? Swoopers. A little more dangerous, perchance. Let's go with the Bagheera sets. And for those who may have played on other Star Wars Galaxies servers in the past, you'll note that I'm heading south out of Coronet. And basically, as soon as you get 1,000 meters outside of Coronet, you get a line of houses. Because that you have to build within, you can't build any closer than 1,000 meters to one of the cities. But you'll note, here we are. By now we should be seeing houses. Is that Slice Hounds? Yep, Slice Hounds over there. It's a new server. You can tell because we've got that new server smell. Lemony. Over there we've got Razor Cats. Oh, somebody's fighting something over there. Looks like more Gurkhats, maybe? Yep, Gurkhats. It's amazing I still remember after all these years. And we should get a teleportation of our target's place. There it is. It's over there. On the other side of the river. And we'll see if these big fellows have got more in the way of harvestable hides and bones than the other stuff that I was killing had. Fat Buddy, good evening. And how many hit points these bad boys have? 850, shouldn't be a problem. We'll just aim and shoot. Body shot. Oh, I got intimidated. He hit me with a state. I don't remember exactly what intimidate does. It didn't last very long. And he's dead. Next one. Out of range. Stupid Bagheera set. I missed. Even with an aim, I missed. I'm intimidated. Those who are intimidated do not hit as often. It's a hit debuff. Thought that was it. And they spit. So in that way, they are like camels. There we go. Significant amounts of leather off of that bad boy. 26, I think it was. Corellian leather hide. Boom. Peeled off half his health. His intimidate failed, and my second shot downed him. I am clearly a hunter of remarkable abilities. he's going to try to intimidate me. But I don't intimidate that easy. Alright. Oh, wrong button. Does not look like there are any other Bagheera sets here, so we'll shoot the lair once. Call peace, and then we'll... No! No! I hit fucking peace! So that they wouldn't immediately aggro me like this one had, like a couple of them had done. Ooh, double intimidated. I'm really, well, intimidated, obviously. They are pretty big, so I guess, you know, being intimidated is not an unreasonable response to being attacked by a creature the size of a small elephant. Well, fortunately, even though I had hit peace, I only aggroed 2 of them. It is in bad taste to skin them in front of their friends. But, you know. Boom. Intimidating again. They gotta stop hitting my action bar, because my action bar is getting low. That's unarmed. There's the marksman. Well on our way to pistols 4. And once I get pistols 4 and unarmed 4, that opens up smuggler. Underworld negotiator, slicing, which is an awesome skill. Dirty fighting, including a feigned death early on, very nice, and spices, because in the original version of this game, you could not just be a drug runner, you could be a drug maker. One of the most memorable things that happened to me back playing on live originally was I was doing the Imperial theme park, in essence a quest line that they added to the game. And I was doing it, and I was using spice to buff my stats. You see, Bumpy, you just encountered something that occasionally happens, so I want everyone to be aware of this. I can see you said, this guy slaughtering space zebras. You're not wrong. But it only appeared in my Twitch chat. It did not appear in the Restream chat. Restream sometimes drops tells. So please be aware that if I don't respond to something you said, and I try to respond to pretty much everything, that it's probably not you, it was probably Restream. But yes, I am, in fact, slaughtering space zebras. Okay. There they go. There they are. They're back. Okay. And this should be the last batch of them I need to clear out for the bounty, which was 3,000 or 4,000 credits. As I was down to 4,000 credits. That was a delightfully large hit. Nice amounts of skin from these guys. Okay, that sounded really serial killer-esque. Which I'm kind of okay with. Yes, a lot of skin on these fellows, isn't there? I believe this is the last one. So in this case, you got the standard layout, which is 4 of them around the nest. You clear out the 4, or however many. You may take 1 shot at the nest, and another 4 spawn. And then once you get below half health on the nest, a 3rd and final batch will spawn. You want to not be shooting when a batch spawns, or they will aggro. Quick check. No other Bagheera sets around that I can see. I'm wrong. There was another Bagheera set. Oops. And a bruiser. Probably the biggest and baddest of the bunch, I'm going to guess. Fortunately, I have a gun. I have a blaster. This one, I believe, belongs to another mission. Somebody else's mission, not mine. Because I can't loot it. And I'm going to try again in a sec. There is my reward of 3,116. There we go. Okay. It was just hung up for a second. Everything's fine again. That was good for 324 leather hide. I got a gong structure. I bet you don't. I currently, while I'm out here grinding some missions to get some additional funds, I also set up a wind harvester. I had to go to 4 cities to find any place that had wind that was harvestable, and even then I had to go way far away from the city to get a place where I could drop the harvester. And then I also dropped after I got a little bit of the wind energy out of it, I got enough for like 10 hours, I dropped the wind energy I had gotten and some credits into another harvester, a mineral harvester, which is harvesting up ore for me, so that I'll be able to make a house. Maybe the first house on the server. One of the little tweaks that they have done for this server is artisan build skills cost no skill points. So one of the reasons they went with a 2 character per account limit was because you don't have to have, there's no need for a bunch of crafting characters if all of your characters, both of them, can craft without it affecting the other skills you have. Now they've also put limitations on that because it is very slow and tedious to hand sample for materials, crafting materials. But they have, so they've reduced the amount you can get from hand sampling by a large amount, like 80%. And instead, harvesters will be more efficient. Let's get ourselves over 10K again. Rid me of this confounded nuisance. Plumed rasps. Nah, they don't have much in the way on them. Memories of playing Galaxies. Some of your best gaming moments. Certainly, no game ever hooked me quite as much as Galaxies did. This is a brand new server. Ah, the smell. New server smell. Survive deadly combat and win prize. More plumed rasps. I don't want to fight plumed rasps. She requires revenge on Dally Rakes. No, I don't want to mess with Dally Rakes. Ooh, wipe out Jabba's munition depot. Swooper camp. Could be dicey. Anything else close? Dally Rakes, but lower level. That's not bad. Oh, I do like going south, though. Kraboo. We're going to go with the Kraboo. As it's south. Which means it's about as close as you can get. No, I played from launch. I played Star Wars Galaxies until about 2 weeks before the space expansion Jump to Lightspeed was released. I talked about it last night, how what was called the holo grind, which was the grind you had to do to open up an additional character slot that was called a force-sensitive slot, so you could make a Jedi. It had a significant random factor in it. And I got really unlucky with the random, and it burned me out. Now, if you wonder why it seems so quiet, played on Valsen. I was on Eclipse. Had characters on other servers as well, but mostly on Eclipse. The reason there's no music or anything is I got a nice little email from Twitch saying that they had muted my VOD at three parts because I was playing copyrighted music, which you might recognize as the Star Wars music. I'm playing a Star Wars game. Oh, I'm under attack. That's not good. What is it? Oh, shit. Gurkhats. Hostile Gurkhats. That was on me. I wasn't paying attention. You guys want to return to your... Thank you. Return to your tether points. That would be very, very welcome. Those are the Gurkhats, but they're not the aggressive flavor of Gurkhats. But there's my Kraboo. And ooh, that I hope I don't pull too many of them, as we're looking at 1,000 hit points. Oh. So this may require a run if I pull multiples at once. Oh, I am actually in trouble because those Gurkhats, They did a lot of damage to me. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, this one's intimidating me too, and I am intimidated. Couple more hits. I'm going to need to pause for a moment here while my health regenerates. The 3 bars, sorry, up there, at the top. The red one is health, the green one is action, and the blue one is mind. And you can get downed if any one of them is emptied out. Some attacks will hit one of them in particular. A lot of attacks will hit them at random. And you can have, for instance, I use pistols. And the pistols, by default, hit the body, which is the health. So my shots hit the health pool, the red pool on the critters. And there are those nasty, dire cats. I thought they were gur cats. Maybe it was dire cats I caught. Anyway, they're unfriendly. They're hostile, so we don't want to get near them. Additional aggro can be bad. They've made a significant number of changes to the game for this particular server. I think I'm close enough to healthy now that I can try another one. Should have hit that one instead. Made changes to XP for a number of different types of skills. Don't recall all the changes. Probably too soon for doctor buffs. They've also nerfed doctor buffs. They've kind of implemented doctor buffs by default in that I think all the secondaries have been significantly buffed. And doctor buffs will be about 20% of what they were. But they'll last longer and they'll be quicker to apply. Alright, good. That's another one. More. Corellian bristly hide. We have one more Krabu, I think. But yeah, certainly back in, for most of my time in the game, you really needed doctor buffs or wanted doctor buffs for any kind of extended grind. In this case, because they've increased the secondary stats, for instance, in essence, you're never going to down yourself by using your skills, because everything regenerates fast enough. Let's check. It doesn't appear that we have any more Krabu around, so we will take one shot at the nest. And then peace out. And the Krabu have respawned. Oh, how sad. There's a Krabu baby. God damn it. This one's fighting me too? Yeah, this one's fighting me too. especially with the start of the new server, they didn't want players to feel the absence of doctors and doctor buffs so much. As another example, I mentioned to reduce the importance of people hand sampling for crafting mats, they vastly nerfed hand sampling returns. You get much less from hand sampling, but you'll get more from automated sampling, from harvesters. Basically saying if you want to be a crafter, it'll be a little bit slower start, but in the long term, you won't have to worry about an army of AFK hand samplers. You're also limited to 2 characters on the server and only 1 at a time logged in. So some of their decisions I certainly agree with wholeheartedly. We'll have to see how they work out. But I like that at least they're willing to try something different. Let's getting close. It's going. I'm shooting Krabu. As soon as they respawn, there they are. God damn it. I pieced out. What was that shit? Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. I got flustered and started hitting the wrong button. Don't get flustered and hit the wrong button. This Krabu is hitting pretty hard. More hides. Couple more Krabu. Another 3,000 credits. That should put me over 10k, right? Yeah. And then we can go back to some unarmed combat, skilling up on the meat lumps. As this is not a game where you can necessarily start off doing what you want to do. You can't be a smuggler or a bounty hunter or a master craftsman. You've got to work your way up to it over time. I believe we've got one more Krabu. It's running away. Not going to help. And the marksman, we're about halfway through to pistols 4, which is what we need. One of the 2 things we need to open up smuggler. There we go. 3,115 credits. My wealth knows no bounds. Again, I apologize for the music or lack thereof, because normally that is a you know, that's part and parcel of the Star Wars experience. But, yeah. Twitch sent me a note telling me they had muted 3 parts of my VOD last night because of copyright issues. John Williams. Go figure. I didn't actually get a complaint from John Williams because that would actually be kind of cool. Well, it's automated. It's an automated system, and it was absolutely accurate in what it picked up. And I'm sure, you know, that, I mean, it's not like I got a strike. But if I'd gotten a strike, I would expect it would have been immediately expunged as soon as a human being got a look at it. But, having said that, I'd rather not get any more. Hey, where you going, friend? Buddy? I'd like a word with you. That word is fist. Thank you. Oh, yes, you would like a word with me as well. Well, fist. And fist. Delicious meat lumps. Oh, this is a ragtag kook. This isn't even a lump. He's just a kook. Well, he's running away, so this kook's turn. And now he's going to come running back because he misses me. It's understandable. I am a very, very friendly and delightful person as I'm beating you to death with my hands and fists. Dude, you've got a stick. Why would you run away? You have a stick. You have reach on me. It didn't help, but, you know. And now we're back with meat lumps. All right. Yeah, we have not gotten much in the way of XP yet for Unarmed 3. Let alone Unarmed 4. Now, I may have to train up in weaponsmithing just to make myself a vibro-knuckler at 3. I am going to Montana. A friend of mine has a place in Montana, and we'll be heading up there. Middle of nowhere. I keep missing this guy. Oh, he's a big lump. How about an unarmed stun? Did we stun him? I think we stunned him. He's putting up a pretty good fight, though. I expect I'll enjoy it. I'll be hanging out with 3 old high school buddies. So less about the place and more about the people. I've known one of them, 2 of them, maybe all 3, for more than 50 years. Yeah, all 3. They just keep running away. Oh, and they brought friends. Stand up. Keep hitting them. Well, this might get dicey. Especially if I keep splitting my attacks between multiple pools. Alright, that's better. Well, it doesn't help that I'm doing a great job of hitting multiple pools, and they're doing a much better job of just hitting one. That was a good hit. There we go. A curved sword. I may have two of those. That. Oh, it is curved. Okay, it's curved. See, that's the kind of thing I would like to have as a vibro knuckler, technically an unarmed weapon. How are we doing on space? We're close to being full. Ooh, at some point I got a laser carbine. Does it have decent stats? Yeah, that might sell. I'm going to drop that on the auction house. I browsed through there's Boba Fett himself, the NPC, just walking by. I browsed the auction house earlier. What am I doing just walking there like a dope? Why would I walk when I can ride? I was browsing earlier, and none of the weapons anyone had up for sale were anywhere near as good as what I'm using. I got lucky with a drop, and I don't think anywhere near as good as that laser freaking carbine, although that may require like carbine 4. DH-17, E11, laser carbine, carbine 3. So, okay, that's the same thing I had to get to for my pistol. So, we go to weapon, and go to carbine. We'll look across the entire galaxy. DH-17. $28 and $81. So that is an average of about 50 a shot. That's 140, so that's an average of about 70 a shot. 120, about an average of 60. Mine's about an average of almost 70 a shot. So he's selling his for 25K. I'll sell mine for 15K. So that's one item. The other thing was a weapon. Sorry, weapon, one-handed melee, and again, entire galaxy. Survival knife, stone knife, the vibro blade. See, vibro blade, man. I need a vibro knuckler. Still, this one is 71, so about 35 a shot, whereas the one I just got, the sword, it's about 45 a pop. And the axe, about 115 a shot. Oh yeah, we do have two curved swords, I was right. So that one is 88, so that's 44 a shot. 88, 44 a shot. So, I'm going to say 5,000 each. Curved sword. And curved sword. is a heavy axe. It is a two-hander. That's what I thought. Heavy axes. That guy's selling that one for 15K. It's 140. It's 70 a whack, and mine is not that much, I think. No, about 150. Yeah, about 65 a whack, something like that. About 60 a whack. About the same as that guy. So I'm going to sell it. See if these guys undercut. Wow, that guy actually has a really good one. That guy's got the best of the bunch. Two of them. I'm going to sell it for 1,500. Not much, but that's fine. There we go. Okay. If any of those sell, a little bit of extra money. Money, 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 money. Money! And I'm going to do a little crafting now. One of the things I have discovered is that crafting in practice mode gets you a lot of XP. So, unless you have a specific reason to make something, like you're going to use it or sell it, you want to make it in practice mode and get a lot more XP. So, for instance, I will make something here that is not going to be in practice mode. A deed for a personal mineral extractor. Now, this calls for ore. And that is the only ore that I have 50 of. I have 11 ore of that type, but you need 50 of the same type. Aluminum. I have only one aluminum currently. These numbers, the green lines here, they'll go down to lower quality. So for instance, I only have one steel here, so this will go into steel, and that has a good green line. But the bore mechanism, we haven't put anything in yet. That requires any non-ferrous. So I could put steel into that. No, it's ferrous. Basically, these bars show you how high a quality that item is for the item you're making. So we'll throw copper in there. You see, that's only yellow. So we can yank that out, though, and we can use more of the aluminum instead, as it's going to have a slightly higher value. Same thing there. And now we're going to assemble it. Now we get to the assembly step. This is the experimental efficiency is 18%. The storage is 17%. Now we're going to actually do some experimenting on it. The more crafting, higher level crafting you have, the more crafting points you have to spend. Now in this case, generally speaking, a small harvester like this, storage is never going to be a problem. You want as much efficiency as possible. You can spend points in batches, but unless you have a reason to think you're going to always get good results, see, for instance, if I try to put in 3 points, I have a 4% chance of failure. So I'm going to put in 1 point at a time to increase, and what we're looking at right now is the base extraction rate, how fast it takes minerals out of the ground. So currently at 3.49. Run an experiment. It was a great success. 4.05. We're at 25% experimental efficiency. We got 6% that's a good success. 7%, that's a great success. That's what you're looking for, is great successes. Most of the time, that's as good as you can get. An amazing success. I say that and immediately get an amazing success. Those are very rare. The base extraction rate, you may remember, was just a little under 4. Now it's over 5.5. Great success. Great success. Great success. Great success. We hit the cap, as high as you could possibly get on the base quality of the item we made, because our materials were good, but not perfect. To get 100%, you would need basically perfect materials. This is an extremely good result. We'll create the prototype item. We don't want to do it in practice mode because we want to use this one. And we'll put the stat BER 7.78 in front so that it's easy to know by its name. Now that's good for 446 general crafting experience. That was involved, used a lot of materials, used like 200 materials or something like that. But for instance, if we're going to make this item as a practice item, which we're going to, spoiler, because it's a practice item, we're not going to bother to do any experimenting on it. We're just going to go straight to creating the prototype. We'll click the practice mode. The other thing just gave us 441, and this gives us 341. Using just a fraction of the materials and done much faster. Practice mode on this server gets you a lot of XP. I'm almost out of fiberplast, which means if I want to continue to grind these, I'm going to grind out the rest of the fiberplast I have, which is a chemical. Create prototype. Practice mode. Yes. And to skill up in crafting, historically, is an enormous grind. Now, some crafts are much faster because the amount of XP you get is based on the amount of materials used. So, architecture, making houses and stuff, is much faster to level up, but it's going to require a lot of materials. Like I said, I'm just going to burn through 4 more of these real fast, as that'll use up almost all of the remaining fiberplast I have. I'll have to hand harvest some of that. Create prototype. Practice. Yes. You can macro your way through some of it, but macroing all the way through crafting stuff requires some external tools as opposed to the internal tools that the game provides you with macroing. It has a very robust macroing system. And a lot of stuff can be essentially completely automated, completely macroed, but not everything. Now, all of these materials I'm using here for practice, they're vanishing. There is no salvaging to get some of it back. And that is the last of the fiberplast. There was a decent fiberplast location here. I will actually show you how harvesting is done, for anyone who hasn't seen that. Alright, that actually opened up Domestic Arts 3, Basic Desserts. But you'll note that Chef and Tailor are both domestic arts. So this will actually have food item crafting, which is buffs, and attire for cool-looking clothing and other fashion items. So let's see, the casual jacket. I'm looking to see. I made an enormous amount of money when the game first launched by having, I think, Domestic Arts 3. It was at the height of, if memory serves, the height of the Matrix movie. And I made, I think it's called a smock, but I sold it as a black trench coat. And I sold countless numbers of those. Is that domestic arts 4? It wasn't a frock. I think it was a smock. Maybe not. Could have sworn it was smock, but evidently not. Unless that's in Taylor. Is there a smock? Looking for a smock. Paging Mr. Smock. There it is. So I had to get Novice Taylor to get the smock. And then I made a lot of money out of that. But in this case, since I'm not going to get anything immediately useful, I'm going to leave myself at exactly the halfway point. Yeah, a little over the halfway point to Engineering 4. And then eventually leading up to Architect. Engineering 4 will get me additional types of deeds. Personal chemical extractor, moisture, natural gas. Oh, I was going to show you how to get, harvest in the game. Mineral, no, I need chemical. Chemical is in the cargo, in the other cargo pocket, which is labeled craft. There we go. And the chemical's already out. There it is. So it was fiberplast. So you choose an item. Here we have, these are the chemicals that are available on the planet presently. 2 types of lubricating oil, if you know what I mean. 2 types of polymer, and 1 type of fiberplast. So fiberplast was the one I was choosing because that can be used for construction, but also for making clothing. And here you can see the percentages. You can see there's a 91% node not far away. So if I run over towards that, that glowing area is the highest amount it found. If we do another survey, we'll see if there's a juicier note, so to speak. No, that's pretty much it. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Right there. Basically, there's a 91%, which is really good. There's also other stuff in the same location. There's a really good node of copper that I spent most of last night harvesting. And then you get sample. Now, this is a manual sampling, so you don't get very much. I got 7 units. You can get, I think, a max of 8 units from manual sampling. And I think it's 5 a minute, so it's like every 12 seconds. So that's not a huge amount of material. You can burn through that in a big hurry while crafting. But I have a wind harvester that you need for energy, and a mineral harvester that uses energy and credits halfway across the planet because I needed to find a place with wind to set up my wind harvester. But theoretically, when I run out there, which I'll be doing probably at the end of the stream, because I have more cash now, I can put more credits into the various bits and pieces and move some of the energy from the wind harvester into the ore harvester. But that is harvesting in a nutshell. But I need some more credits because we're down to 8,300. While I'm here, I'm actually going to grab cash. I'm a big roller, guys. I'm going to run another mission. As you can tell, the missions are randomly generated and they're not very interesting. And that's pretty much the only content the game had at launch. May seem strange to, generations of MMO players who've been playing WoW. that there was no real storyline. Later on, they added some storyline quests in the various theme parks. There's the Jabba the Hutt theme park. There's a Rebel and Imperial theme parks. Later on, they added sort of the storyline required for your Jedi if you had opened up the Force sensitive slot. And then later on, they added additional stuff, especially once they had done the NGE, the new game experience or enhancements. I can never remember. That was not well received by the community at the time, but over time has developed a loyal faction of its own. Let's see. Lady Depravan verges on despair. I'm sure she does. Vinox. Not interested in Vinox. Also, I prefer South. Yes, that's nice. Exterminate wildlife for the Empire. Well, Corellian butterflies. Sure, it's good money. I'm not going to get much in the way of harvested goodies off of them. Oh, that does remind me. Where am I at on the Scout XP? Not to Hunting 2 yet. That will increase the amount of stuff you can harvest from a critter. Note, non-human critter, you're not allowed to harvest the humans or intelligent species for stuff, but your average big mammal can be harvested for either hide, meat, or bones. And if you're grouped, each player can harvest one of those three things. So one can harvest meat, one can harvest hide, one can harvest bone, if memory serves. Once again, pardon the lack of the appropriate mood music, but having gotten my VOD muted for last night's stream, yeah, obviously John Williams complained personally about the Star Wars music. Understandable. He didn't. And it's just, I'd rather not keep poking if they've objected the first time. Butterflies, huh? Corellian butterflies. I think they may have either bone or hide, but I don't think they have meat. Unsurprisingly. I wouldn't expect them to have a lot of meat on them. They're butterflies. Looks like we got a fair number of them for around the nest, so I'm going to earn my keep here. That's a scout. It's got 700 hit points. Oh, I'm still unarmed. There's my Power 5 pistol. I got everybody. I got 4 of them. So I may have to run. That may be required. Yes, I'm going to run. Now I'm going to kill this one first. And then I'm going to run. Run. And peace. Peace out, man. They are hitting me hard. They peeled off a bunch of my health in one go. There is something red and hostile in that direction. Whoop, something red and hostile in that direction too. All right. I think we have broken down. Yeah, we have. They have broken contact. That's a bunch of grr cats. You can tell they're grr cats because if you got close to them, they'd go grr. I made that up. You don't want to pull a whole bunch of mobs at the same time. Understandably, I think. Some mobs are more social than other mobs. They're more likely to what in the vernacular is referred to as baff. Is that why girls say grr? They never say that to me. The old school MMO players will recognize baff as something you would say about mobs, and it stands for bring a friend, because that's what they do. They will bring a friend. Meat or hides, both hides. Scaly hides, 1 unit. All right, I do not want to get multiples this time, if at all possible. Come on. Just one. Thank you. And that almost one-shot him. Much better. I like that better than the previous one, which involved me running away like a great big chicken. Not like the bird chicken. Like a coward. $460 pistol weapon XP each. Not getting a whole lot of materials off of them. Want to check. We do have ranged support. We currently have... Okay, we haven't capped. We should probably go ahead and get that when we get back to town. That will give us an additional +10 to our aim, a little more melee defense, and a couple of skills that I don't think I've ever used in the entire game. This may pull 2. It pulled 3. All right. We should be okay. I'm intimidated by a butterfly. Seriously. I was intimidated. I had the intimidated state. It's an accuracy debuff. All right. More hides. Although, frankly, calling them hides is not especially accurate. It's like wings, I guess. Scaly, yeah. Oh, and the creature is scrawny and unhealthy. So I'm beating up the sick kids. That is all of the butterflies. So we will now shoot the nest once and once only. And that will spawn butterflies. And this one had the bad judgment to fly away from all the other ones, which I'm appreciative of. Thank you for doing that. Oh, Corellian butterfly worker. There's another one. Also away from its friends. I think that's a baby one on my right. The baby ones, if you are a creature handler, can be trained. You can, in essence, capture them and start training them, and they will turn into the larger version eventually. It is, in fact, a baby Corellian butterfly worker. It was, in fact, a Corellian butterfly worker baby. It's not anymore, technically. Hey, nature's cruel, man. Now, even non-creature handlers can have a combat pet, but they're limited in the combat level of those pets. And when I was making enormous amounts of money as a bioengineer, I made a lot of money making not just critters to order, but specifically really, really good creatures that anyone could use, not just a creature handler. And I made so much money. When I left the game, I shared my recipe for creating them with the server. Well, actually with the forum for bioengineers. The magic was in Merrick tissues. Merrick tissues are these creepy spider monkeys, but they're not a monkey that's called a spider monkey. No, they're more like a spider that looks a little bit like a monkey. They're terrifying. Four-legged, awful. But a couple of them had really good DNA for making pets, and I could create a combat level 10 pet with a decent health, action, and mind pools, a lot of hit points, and it had armor. And normally armor was impossible to get on any low-level pet like that. All right, so now we're going to shoot this again until we get to about half, at which point we'll peace out again, and it'll spawn a last batch of butterflies. Wrong button. Right button. All right, probably one or two more. There they are. Now you want to keep an eye on your shooting, because if you keep shooting, they will all aggro on you for shooting their nest. And that would, of course, require me to turn around and run away. Again. From butterflies, mind you. I've already run from the butterflies once. My dignity cannot take a second. Oh, wait. Yeah, I don't have any dignity. Never mind. We did get to the second tier of hunting, so we'll also train that up. Maple 2 here. Yeah, we did. Wow. He's tough. Well, he was tough. Hide. Hide. And one last Corellian butterfly worker. And I've made them pay for making me run away that one time. Oh, there's one left. The baby. There's a Corellian baby. I didn't even see that. Clear. And they will... oh. They will heal their nest if they can. They have the ability to heal it. And there we go. Another 4,258 credits. Money, money, money. So we will train ranged support 2, and we will train hunting 2 as the creature harvesting and creature knowledge bonuses. Never seen it? It's not surprising. The game has been theoretically dead for years. This is running on private servers. This one is running non-leaked code, so this one is legal in the US. There is another batch of servers that is running leaked original code from Sony Online Entertainment, and that is not technically legal, but if nobody serves them with court documents, you can keep playing. This is a real open world game. The ads for Outlaws say it's the first ever Star Wars open world game, but that's bullshit. This one is. It is very, very much a sandbox game. This version essentially doesn't even have any quests. And there's a Wookiee. There are a number of servers playing various flavors of the game. There, in essence, are 3 versions of the game. There's the original version, which is what this server is. The most popular of those, I believe, is Infinity. There is sort of the intermediate version called the Combat Update or Upgrade. I can never remember. And there's one server that's running a version of that. And that server is Restoration 3. And then the last version of the game, the way of the version that at the time they shut the game down, the largest one of those is called Legends. And so I would recommend one of those 3 if you were interested in the game. Also, there is a subreddit for Star Wars Galaxies where you can get some useful information, but also, like a lot of private server communities, there's a lot of drama. Oh, that's right, I wanted the train. Think Animus will have a lifespan or a quick hit for people. There is no way of knowing for sure. I mean, it was about a year and a half ago. Most of the info is available, and the software. The ISO images, the original CD images, are available on the subreddit. I think it's the Star Wars Galaxies, SWG EMU subreddit. And that would be the ideal place to go. They have lists of a number of different available assets, information drops, and stuff. Generally, if you want a friendlier experience, an experience more similar to games like WoW and the rest of the WoW-alikes out there, you would probably want to play on Legends. So if you were to do a Google on Star Wars Galaxies or just SWG Legends, it should take you to their website. So I'm going to have him teach me Hunting 2. That'll cost me 2,000 credits. And so the 4,000 credits I just earned is about to evaporate. 2,000 to him and 2,000 to the marksman trainer for ranged support. Now the hunting gave me no additional skills, but the marksman ranged support gave me tumble to kneeling, tumble to prone, and tumble to standing. These are skills I don't remember ever using. In the entire time I played the game. And that one, the tumble to stand. Yeah. Nope, that's not what I was. Here we go. So I am going to hop a flight because here's the planetary map. I'm here. That is a place I labeled as having ore. But this is where my harvesters are. And that's a long way to ride. So I'm going to fly to Dowaba Guerful, which is a mouthful of mush. But I'm going to catch a flight. This is the galactic map. So you can go to Naboo, Endor, Tatooine, Yavin. You may have heard of those. Dantooine, you get spoken of at least in the original Star Wars movie. Dantooine, they're on Dantooine. And Dathomir, which is a very important planet in more recent content, like the animated shows. But we are just on Corellia, and we're going to go to the shuttle port. It'll cost me 100 credits. Now, it used to be you had to wait for the starship or shuttle to show up. Fortunately, they're running the slight change to the code that was made so that you could just double-click on the ticket collector and get teleported. Used to be you'd have to wait for minutes sometimes for the flight to show up. Oh, okay. I thought that they had gotten rid of this. It was going to be 1 minute and 43 seconds. Hi, guys. How you doing? Hope your weekend's going well. Waiting for the boats in WoW or the boats also, although in EverQuest, my understanding the boats in EverQuest had a really, really long wait. Now, a lot of people, I'm going to want to withdraw some more cash, I think. A lot of people used to always talk about, how much cool and interesting stuff happened while you were waiting for, your spaceship to arrive. You'd talk with people, you might strike up a deal or make a group to do something, all that stuff. But that's horse shit. You can take horse shit, use it to fertilize if you want to make, help your plants, but never forget, you're just making the best you can out of horse shit. So in this case here, 21 seconds, and I believe it's going to come from over there. Pardon the yawn, old man. Anytime now, ticket collector man, bot. It's about to begin boarding. Here it comes. Yes, I know it's about to begin boarding. How about now? There we go. All right. We have been teleported across the planet. Let's see. We need to head southwest. That's south. That's southwest. Now, you'll note I'm going really slowly. That's because it's really steep. This is a game where that matters. Vehicles and people go much slower uphill. Whoops. I'm about to get angry critters at me again, I think. Are they following? They are. They're spitting badness at me. I wasn't paying attention again. You can't see the mini-map is in the lower left. My shining lovely face covers it. But there are a series of yellow dots and red dots. Yellow dot means there's a critter. Red dot means there is a critter that will aggro. 4 to 5 friends who wanted to play. Yeah, it's certainly, well, like any MMO, it is better with friends. I would agree that you are way better off, if not having friends, making friends in the game. All right, we're headed for the wind generator. There's my wind generator. Now, mind you, there are moisture generators as well, so you can play Uncle Lars and go to Tashi Station for some condensers. So this is an automated machine. I forgot to pick up cash. I should be fine now. Structure management, the current status. It's got plenty of maintenance, this thing does. I did dump more money into it. For structure management, you can pay maintenance, you can give it a name, and you can operate the machinery. You can change the resource. Currently, there's only one type of wind, so that's what it's set to, 36%. Normally, a wind generator is never going to be much more than like 40-45%. So it's an okay percentage. It took me a long time to find a place that had any kind of decent percentage that I could actually drop the harvester down on. And I have picked up 589 wind power. I set this up about, I don't know, 3 hours ago. So overnight, I'll get a bunch of wind power. So let me retrieve a resource. We're going to go to my other harvester I have. If memory serves, those were Gulganaws. Yes, they are Gulganaws. And they are yellow dots on the HUD. Basically, the HUD is similar to this. You've got yellow dots here. This is the map. I'm the little triangle in the middle. Those are the Gulganaws that are flying around in nice formation, actually. Really nice formation. And this is the harvester I set up. And it is harvesting ore, because I'm going to need ore if I'm ever going to be able to make, well, houses and other buildings. Because there's in-world housing, and there are player cities. So we currently have enough maintenance in it, but it needs about another, you know, I don't know, how much power do I have? How much power did I just pick up? Should be enough. Maybe I can drop the second harvester here. So, structure maintenance, no, not pay maintenance, deposit power. I've got 589. It's going to need another 400. We'll get to, and we refresh. So that's up for a day and an hour. It's going to keep running. And I have how much power left? I have 169. So what I'm going to do is I am going to set up a second harvester right next to this one. Show you how that works. I made that. There it is. That's the BER. That one has like twice as much extraction rate as this one. So it'll get twice as much stuff out because it's a much better made one. Because my abilities were better. Why is... Oh, I need... no, it should be able to drop it right here. without a problem. Why can I not use it? Let us... We'll do a quick mineral survey. That one's harvesting one of the ores. I think it was Gyasi. I may be DC'd. Because nothing seems to be working right now. Oh, it thought I was fighting those things that were way, way back there. That explains it. Alright, so I need to find a place that looks green. So I can't put it there. I could put it... Oh, we've got hostile critters over there. I don't even know what they are. Oh, rasps. Let me move to the other side of this so I'm further away from them. Those things are, wow, almost within shooty range. I'd rather not even deal with that. We'll try this. Alright, I am here. That little tweet is me getting mail about the location. Now in this case, we'll pay maintenance. Status, the maintenance is 30 an hour, so 360. Would give me 12, 720. Should get me a day. Refresh. A day and an hour is fine. We will deposit the power that we have, get it rolling. We'll check in later and we'll grab more power from our wind harvester and dump it in here. Operate the machinery. The resource. What can we get? We can get a lot of iron here at 78%. That will be good for grinding stuff. So I'm probably going to grab that. Although the copper is a little more universally useful. And now we'll max out the iron for grinding. We have optimized that. We'll turn on the harvester and the status on this one. How long is it going to run before it runs out of power? 6 hours, 43 minutes. So as long as I remember before going to bed. To grab a little energy and run it over here and dump it in there. Tomorrow, when I wake up, bright and early, I won't be bright, and hopefully it won't be early. There we are. I'll have a bunch of materials waiting for me. Now, granted, I had to go far afield to find a place where I could drop the wind harvester. Very far afield. But, you know, it is in a lot of ways, wake up time for you is 4:30 a.m. Well, in a week, I'll be having to get up at 6 a.m. to catch a flight. I'm not looking forward to that. I've always been a night person, so. 6 a.m. means I will spend 2 days at least waking up early to move my clock back so it doesn't hurt quite so bad. But I am going to call it here, I think, for the evening. I want to thank you guys very, very much for hanging out. I always appreciate it enormously. I should be back tomorrow at the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Middle of the night in Europe, early morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. I'm not sure what I'll be playing, but I expect I will be enjoying some adult leisure beverages. Drunk stream. To go with whatever I'm playing. Probably won't be Galaxies, because Galaxies is something you kind of have to pay attention to. More likely to be probably Guild Wars 2, possibly WoW. But regardless, that will be tomorrow again. I want to thank you guys very much for hanging out. I'm back tomorrow. Hopefully you'll see me soon. I hope the rest of your Sunday night goes great. And as always, I like to set an achievable goal for the people who hang out here. I hope your upcoming week doesn't suck. I'm back tomorrow. Have a great night tonight. Take care. Ciao for now. Good night, guys.